Hey everybody, it's Lee, and this is Let Us Say It For You. How have you guys been? Mm-hmm. Doing well? Great. Happy to hear it. So it's funny because I just posted the 100th episode because remember I had to make it two parts. I just posted it yesterday, and I was like, "Oh, now it's time to make the next one." So, and I think that's usually what slows me down with the podcast. It's just having to do it's so much shit, and people don't get that. Everybody wants to. I remember when I started my hat company, people just constantly wrote me asking me, "How do you start an LLC? How do you?" And I'm like, "Go on Google, like just Google it. Podcasts come up. Everybody want to start a podcast, and I give everybody the same advice. That shit is it's funny games in the beginning, okay, but it's the consistency. It's like keeping up with it." And they're like, "Okay, well, what do you do?" Well, clearly the best I can. Okay. I do the best I can because I most definitely did not do this shit for a year straight, over a year. So anyway, it's usually the editing and the uploading, not even the editing, because I very minimal editing it happens these days. Like I'll just cut off maybe the beginning right before I start for YouTube and that's it. But y'all, you just bear with me. I'm trying. Shout out to Big Mike again for coming on in the 100th episode. That was really, really nice. It was great having her on. It's been so long since I've had a co-host on the pod. Not, I actually have a lot of people who've asked to come on. So it's just about doing it. But like I said, I really just got up and said, let me do this now because I got done working and I had a little extra time. So I'm like, all right, well, let me just knock the pod out. So I'm gonna try to get a little better at it. Since it's something that I still want to do. This isn't something that like makes me a ton of money. I do make a little change, but I literally mean like maybe cents on the dollar. Like it's nothing really, but I enjoy doing it. This part, it's the searching for topics. Like I've had to try to force myself to stay current um with things. You know, I don't really give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Not for real. Like the things I care about, but I don't care about a lot of this shit. I just feel like, okay, well, this is what's happening. This is the opinion. So try. So anyway, I'm doing my best. I'm doing the best I can to keep this bitch rolling. You know what I'm saying? So here we are. First thing I want to talk about today, Carlee Russell, our good line ass, kidnapped ass sis, right? So Carlee has apparently been found guilty on two charges, which was obvious because she confessed to this. And they're suggesting, so I don't think she's actually got sentenced to 1 year in jail, but I guess I don't know if it's the prosecutors or okay, it's not the defendant, so I'm guessing the prosecutor. The prosecutors seem to be pushing for a year in prison, and she does have an $18,000 restitution fee, almost $18,000. So, how do I feel about this? You play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. Sis. I was concerned for that bitch. I really was, in my mind, damn, they got another sister. And then I'm thinking, whose fucking baby is that? And the whole thing was weird to me. And I remember maybe day two thinking, so nobody else, the first thing I thought was nobody else reported a baby walking on the side of the street. You know what I'm saying? Like every time I've called the police from seeing something like random on the street, they said, "Oh, we've gotten calls already." And I probably done that 3 times my whole life, and all 3 times, like one time, there was just like a fire in the middle of an intersection, and like the bushes, the weirdest shit I ever seen. And I called, and they were like, "Is that on Oakland 441?" I said, "Yes, it is." She said, "Okay, we got 2 calls for that already. Thanks so much." I was like, "All right, girl, bye." So that was the first kind of red flag for me. And when they said she came home, her parents just called and said she was straight, I was like, that bitch lying. My mind was made up about Carlee right then and there. I watched entirely too much true crime shit for that to have made sense. So we found out she was lying. Everybody knows the deal. Shout out, not I don't want to say shout out, but the gentleman that was reading all this to us, I would just always remember him looking so annoyed by the whole thing. And my stance on the whole thing with Carlee is this was a dumb decision, bitch. It was stupid, right? But she's 25. I know a lot of dumb bitches at 43. Like I know a lot of dumb women. Okay, like let's just say that. So no, I'm not gonna crucify her and throw her under the bus. White women be lying about being kidnapped all the fucking time. So we're not gonna go there, right? I think Carlee played a stupid game. She won a stupid prize, which happens to be $18,000, and possibly a year in prison. Go, right? I never support yam headness. But I just feel like we gotta give grace where grace can be given. No, I don't think she's right. Yes, I think she probably should go to jail for this year. Like something need to shake her a little bit, because bitch, you went too far. But a lot of you bitches be lying about a lot of random shit. So whatever. So what's her name? Candace Owens. And I don't talk about her much because I just don't understand that bitch. I don't get it. Like, anyway, Candace said, bitch, the money long over here. I'll pay the 18K if you come on my show and tell us where the fuck you were for the 48 hours. I think that's the deal. Okay, because Carlee, where the fuck you gonna get this money from? The nigga you did all this for is doing club appearances, bitch. In the name of you out here fucking mad hoe, while you try to come up with this $18,000. So just go. We already feel how we feel about you, right? You already done got in trouble. I think she should go. I think she should go on Candace Owens. Give your side. Somebody gonna feel bad for you, right? I don't feel bad for you, but like I said, I gave her the justification of, I know a lot of old bitches that do dumb shit. So this isn't really that surprising, but I think you should go get your restitution money, because how the fuck else you gonna get it? What's she gonna do? I don't know what else she gonna do. All right, good luck, girl. Stop all that fucking lying. Drake, just a little tidbit. Drake has officially tied with Mr. Michael Jackson for the most. I didn't write that down. The most 100. The most, I think, the most songs on the Hot 100, like ever. So right, I'm not like a OD Drake fan, but I definitely know a lot of Drake songs, right? Two of his albums, or maybe like three of them, like live rent free, like Views, and If You're Reading This, It's Already Too Late. I know that one back and front. So I'm definitely a Drake fan. He does annoy me from time to time. I don't know what the fuck he got going on with his hair. This Jerry curl clip thing he's been doing, not a fan. But you know what? I'm not really a fan of it. How you niggas be doing weird shit all the time. So not really my cup of tea. But shout out to Drake. That's impressive. We have to give, credit where credit's due. Sexy Red is pregnant. Okay. I wrote it down and I wrote nothing else, because that, congratulations are in order. I don't know. I believe she does have children already, so this isn't like her first baby. So I mean, you know what? Oh yeah, because show no. That was somebody else. Show me how you fuck her baby dad. I'm trying to relate, but she said she has like a baby daddy in prison or something like that, right? So either way, the point is, this is not her first baby, but so not saying she doesn't still deserve well wishes and all that, but I'm saying, sister had baby before, so she knows what she's in store for, and she's either gonna go real well or you're gonna be sick the whole time, sis. But clearly she's been handling it well, so congrats to her. I haven't seen any conversation about who her baby daddy is, because from my understanding, there's like a sex tape or something floating around. I did not watch it. I do not want to see that shit. I'm good off that. Because I keep seeing the picture with the bonnet and like her laying with her. It's just too much. Anyway, I hope it's not his baby, because I hate, like, why would you post that? So I hope it's not his. But again, I really try not to involve myself in shit I do not understand. And a lot of the shit Sexy Red be talking about, I can't fucking relate. I can't relate, would never relate. My friends don't be on that. Like Sexy Red and Suki, entirely different league of their own, right? And sometimes I like the ratchet music. I be singing shit that I can't relate to. I like the City Girls a lot. I don't do none of the shit they be talking about. So it's okay. I wish her well. Congrats on the pregnancy. I haven't seen anybody really asking who the baby daddy is, so maybe we just don't give a fuck. I don't know, but congrats to Sexy Red. Okay. Speaking of babies, Halle Bailey is pregnant, very much pregnant. And if I'm not mistaken, shit, I should have checked it before I got off. I was in some meeting today at work, and I remember I was on Instagram and I thought I saw she did an interview with somebody and say as a new mom and as a wife. I'm tripping. Let's see. Maybe I'm tripping. Either way, whether she said that or not, the pictures I see, she pregnant as fuck, right? I done been pregnant. I know what pregnant look like. And you can see like the bulge. Don't care for her baby's daddy at all. He's so annoying to me. I hate niggas like that. Like he seems like a guy that can't handle the success of his woman. And then then begs the question, well, why get with somebody like her? He will never live down that stupid ass song he made up about her fucking Eric. Eric is the Little Mermaid guy, right? Like the insecurities be so loud, and like I feel bad for insecurities in women, but insecurities like that in men is such a turn off. So it's like the plus side is he seems to really love her, or they seem very cute together, I guess. And he's very cute, and she's very cute. The baby's gonna be adorable, but I don't know. I feel like you gotta watch that type of behavior in people, right? Because there's no need. He reminds me of one of my exes. He reminds me of my Jamaican ex. That's like the longest back and forth I've ever had. Like over, well, yeah, he is. He is. I'm a serial like ex dater. I've let that go, but man, I did ex again so fast. Anyway, when I told this nigga about me finally wanting to start the podcast, right? And I started the podcast like 3 years after I first decided I wanted to start the podcast. Micah just kept telling me every day, come on, bitch, you want to do it or not? And it took forever. But when I told him that, I mean, he was just like, so you want to start a podcast now? Since when you want to start a podcast? So the tone, I did not like that shit. Because it's like, how your nigga your biggest hater? Right? And he would always say little funny shit like that. And unfortunately, that's how I feel about the DD whatever boy. Like that's how I feel. I feel like he hating that nigga. And that's concerning to me because that always like presents itself again later, right? That little song he made, and my thing is, ain't nobody in the studio tell him that shit was trash. Nobody told him don't make this song. You gonna seem like a jealous ass nigga. Nobody told him that. Either way, she pregnant, right? I love hearing about pregnancies and new life and stuff like that. So I'm very excited to see what they have and stuff like that. And I do wish them well, but I really hope he like grow up out of that shit. And I don't know how that's gonna work because look how he responds to shit. Like oh my gosh. And I know I'm not gonna say it. All right, whatever. Congrats to her and Mr. DG. Him. Okay, yeah, let me tell you about this, right? So the other day, Shade Room posted a little scrappy shouting out Erica Dixon for her birthday. Erica Dixon's birthday. Again, shout out to Erica Dixon. I feel like Erica Dixon been fine since the first time I ever seen her on Love and Hip Hop. Like just naturally fine. Like her bone structure is like sick, right? That's a beautiful bitch. Anyway, they made up, right? Because him and the BAM have called it quits, I guess, or whatever. So he just shouted happy birthday to this beautiful. He spelled it like that. Oh my God. Beautiful soul. Happy birthday, blah, blah, whatever. So I commented on it and I said, me and my BD are like this. I don't think you could pay either of us to get back together, but we love our kid and we ride for each other still. Yeah. So it was all going well for about an hour or so. It got a lot of likes. I think that comment ended up getting maybe 1,000. Because a lot of other women get along with their baby daddies really well. And I got a lot of comments saying, me too, girl, me too. Me and mine get along real well. One person, and I wish I wrote their name down, but theirs is really nice. They were like, girl, me too. Me and my baby daddy and his girlfriend and the kid going to Disneyland next week. We get along real well. I'm like, that's great, bitch. I wish I could pin it, but I can't. You can't pin it. Anyway, this one girl pops up and she's just like, and I didn't screenshot it, but her gist of it was, if you and your baby daddy like this, y'all must want to be together there because I can't see anybody being cool. And y'all must be single too because I can't see anybody being cool with that. If y'all doing all that, then y'all clearly want to be together or whatever. And I wish I screenshot the thing. So the comment annoyed me so fucking much because I'm like, bitch, right? Like, what I got a lie for? But it was just so unfathomable for her. And literally, like just yesterday, y'all, this was like last week, Wednesday, about a week ago. People are still commenting under this shit, asking me questions about it. I'm like, bitch, oh my God, I used to hate Manny. I don't know more, bitch. I don't hate him anymore. So anyway, That annoyed me so much because I really wish, and I don't want to make this a race thing, but I just know a bunch of Black people, and I know so many Black people that don't get along with the people they made people with. And that shit's crazy to me. And I definitely understand because, like I said, I couldn't stand my fucking baby daddy once upon a time. If we be honest, I don't like Manny. I'll fuck with him sometimes, but I ain't gonna let nobody fuck with him though, right? And if he needs me, I got him, and vice versa. So I replied to the girl, and my whole point of it was, sis, I just told you. How you gonna hear me tell you my business and then proceed to tell me I'm lying? I don't know you, bitch. Anyway, I didn't cuss her out, but I wanted to so bad, and I did proceed to tell her that he does have a girlfriend who I get along very well with, and I'm sorry, you and your baby daddy, or whatever. I don't even remember what I said. But the point was, he does have a girl. His girl and I do get along very well. And I don't know why everybody wants me to dislike this man so much. So a lot of people started to get with her, and they all argue back and forth. And I did maybe like yesterday or the day before somebody else wrote. Was the other supporting comment for her. They were like, "Oh, you and him must want to be together. It can't. You and him must want to be together because people don't move like that or something like that. I don't know." And all I'm gonna say about it is this: you guys, I don't know. Time does mean a lot to me. I had my daughter when I was 22, so I met her dad and I met when we were 21. He was 20 and I was 21 when we met. I'm a year older than him, and so we had a baby very soon, and we grew up together for the most part. And like I said, we had a long phase of not fucking getting along, but it's so much better for him. It's so much better for me. It's so much better for the one motherfucker that matters, which is our child, that we get along the way we do. There are so many dynamics of this that are concerning to me because my kid is in middle school now, right? So me and Manny have always had an open line of communication. Even when we didn't get along well, it doesn't fucking matter if it's about me or we calling each other, right? So I find that when parents don't speak, your kids just be running circles around y'all, and it's just unbeknownst to everybody. Little JJ telling mommy, daddy said so and so and so. She's so fucking mad at this nigga, she won't even call him and ask. So it's just beef, it's just drama. Then little JJ telling daddy, oh, well, mama said da, 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 da. None of the adults are moving like adults. And not to call anybody's kids bad, but kids do shit like that a lot, right? I felt like my kid tried to not necessarily do a version of that, but it's kind of like we got to call mommy. It's always we got to call mommy and see what mommy says. He puts a lot of decisions in my hand. I feel like that's more so because we probably have a little girl. And I think our open line of communication is how this little motherfucker just can't get anything past us, right? That's personally how I feel. And I can't see any scenario where he and I having the relationship we have is detrimental to our child. I also made a point to bring up his girl, and this is something that I feel like people don't consider. I've met, have I ever talked to him? Probably that same Jamaican ex I told you about earlier. His baby mama hates me, but she kind of always has. So it's a story. But I can't. I'm sure it's a lot to come into a situation with a man that has a kid already, right? I am clearly a very, very strong fucking personality, but I've always been very, very nice to her because there's no reason not to. Ma'am, I don't want your man, and you have been very nice to my child, right? That should have would flip if that not been the case. But she's been around for a really long time at this point. And she's been very, very, very good to my kid, right? And so I can't do anything but just thank her. I thank her all the time. I thank my ex's girlfriend all the time because there's also Mia and like her preteen personalities and the little mood swings she be having. That's a lot of shit to put up with. It ain't your fucking kid, right? Now I hope she doesn't have that mindset because she's been with her daddy for a long fucking time. So I hope she does feel some sense of I want to help this kid grow, or whatever. But I never take for granted how much she does for my child, right? For her nigga's child that just so happens to also be my child. So the relationship is very fucking clear over here. It's to where if I can't reach him, I call her. And I'm like, can you tell him to da-da-da? She was like, yeah, girl, I don't know why he didn't pick up the phone. Whatever. This is honest to God how cool I am with her. And for me, that's so appreciated because, man, you don't want anybody around your fucking kid either. So I don't know. Just reading the couple comments of people feeling like, man, you got to be fucking your baby daddy for y'all to get along like that. It really makes me worry for your children if I'm keeping it a buck because again, What type of fucking environment do y'all have? Is your kid seeing? My kid sees all of us together all the time, right? I'm invited to everything, every every time. Okay, my daughter's grandparents love me to death, right? So I don't go to everything because I feel like, okay, bitch, slow down. But I try to make it to the milestones or whatever. So anyway, all I'm saying is I don't take for granted what that lady does for my kid. How much I know a lot of shit is handled on her part, even over me as dad, because he's a guy. He doesn't even know how to do certain shit. So I definitely keep it respectful as it can be. And there's no beef with me, my baby daddy. And what I end up saying to like two people, I was like, y'all should have came around like 6 years ago. Because it was beef, bitch. The relationship you all want me to have with him, it was had. We were there. Deep. We was in it. We was in it to win it. So anyway, I don't agree. I don't feel like it has to be that way. I do feel like when co-parents have a more tumultuous relationship, in my opinion, it's because somebody still want to fuck somebody. Like, that's what I think. I think that's the only reason why it's like that. Because if you guys can be two mature adults and just agree, hey, we got to take care of this kid. And if anything, remember the partnership part of it. And maybe it's because it's been so long, that's why he and I can do that so much better. That shit's definitely not easy in the beginning, but that's my dog, right? And we got to raise this person. And she think, he's like, let me tell you what she did today. She said, nigga, let me tell you what she did the other day. And he said, okay, fine. You're going to get her here. You're going to do this. Make sure she does this. Make sure she does that. She did this assignment. She needs to do this assignment. That's literally how the fuck our shit runs over here. I don't know if it's because I'm a project manager. My kid is a project, okay? And that shit is on time. The fuck? Anyway. Shout out to y'all. Please get along with y'all baby moms and baby daddies. Your kids will thank you one day for it. Because goddamn. All right, next. All right, two topics left. Three. This one I'm not going to talk about too long because Mike and I talked about it last week. But I feel like today and yesterday were probably the first two mornings I woke up without a new announcement from Jada Pinkett Smith. She is still married, okay? All right. Jada, girl, my thing is it even worth buying the fucking book at this point? I've been saying that since like day 4 of her revelations, right? She done told us all the tea. Tupac had alopecia. Chris Rock tried to fuck. Her and Will been separated for 7 years. She was definitely fucking August. We know that. Like, she told us everything. What's the point of buying the book? Shout out to Sasha. I saw Sasha with the book. Sasha was like, Jada spilling the tea. How much tea? Whole kettle on the floor already. So, and Will replied recently, since our last episode, and he just put notifications off as his caption with a smiley face. And the real sound was like, fun fact about me, I can take a nap anywhere. And he showed himself thin, and then he showed himself just hanging at the ocean. And according to Jada, another one of her revelations, she said they had been separated, but now they're working towards being together. And then the lady kept trying to like drag out what that meant, like working towards your marriage, working towards a partnership. You mean back together as a partnership, Jada? I ain't never met a bitch talking circles so much. Girl, say what you mean to mean what you say. It's too much. It's too much, right? And I'm a deep bitch. I'm deep. But I just can't, right? There's a level of, I don't know. I find myself questioning why. Like, why? And then I want to be fair because Micah is sick of her, right? Micah and I talk about Jada a lot. Micah is very, very much so sick of Jada and her shit. Micah feels like Jada is doing this almost like maybe to tarnish Will a little bit. Like, but my thing is, like, it's kind of like everybody loves Will Smith and Jada's just the bitch that got him out here slapping niggas. She in love with Tupac, da, da, da. But my thing is, none of the shit she's saying is embarrassing Will. We feel bad for Will. She embarrassing her still. So I can't even say I agree with that. Something about it is, let me not say something about it. All of it is very cringy, but I'm trying to consider, what if this lady, hear me out, I know y'all mad, hear me out. What if she really, really just has forced herself to be somebody that she is not for a really long time? Okay. I'm not saying she's wrong for that, right? She's wrong for that, but she kind of said it, right? Will knew he wanted to be married since he was 5. She was thug life in it and shit. Whatever. And let's not talk about a motherfucking revelation she didn't mention about Tupac. Bitch, was he your soulmate or did y'all not have chemistry? Like, what the fuck is it? Because you keep anyway. I feel bad for her because I feel like here's how I feel bad. In this way, I wish she would have just not married him. You didn't want to be there, sis. Like, I don't know where she wanted to be and what she wanted to do. She announced that Tupac proposed to her. She did also say, and you know, Tupac is a Gemini. You know how the fucking Geminis be. But she was like, I definitely feel like he would have married me and divorced me just as soon as he got the fuck out. And I agree. Gemini so fucking back and forth. But I almost feel like I wish she didn't marry him, you know, and force herself to fit in this mold that she clearly just didn't want to be in. Like, I think, not in this recent tea she been spilling, but I remember a while back, she expressed that she had like a sex nympho kind of thing going on, you know, like Jada was showing. And maybe she felt like she had an unhealthy relationship with sex. So I don't know. I'm never going to knock somebody's growth and their path and such, right? Jada, something about you is giving full of shit, and I hate that because I'm also trying to be mindful of how she may be feeling or whatever. But I hope she has stopped. Right? She did comment under Will Smith's thing with a laughing face, which also annoyed me somehow. But we'll like it, right? That's what they say. Okay. Last two. Oh, Jeezy. All right. So Jeezy recently, and I forgot, forgive me, I forgot where I saw this. It was just a clip. But Jeezy basically stated that he was depressed for 8 years straight, like the last 8 years straight. And he talked about just what that was, right? Like you get up and you just want to go back to sleep immediately, right? I've had bouts with depression, not to the extreme in any which way, but that's literally it. Like, you know, I know when I'm in my little depressed moods. I've seen the term seasonal depression, and I definitely think it's a real thing because I peak. Like, and I may be kind of in a bout of that right now. I don't feel bad. I don't feel any way, but I don't want to do shit. I want to sit on this couch right there or in that bed, bitch. And then that's it. That's all I want to do. So anyway, he talked about being depressed for 8 years. This is during his courtship and proposal and initiation into marriage with Jeannie. And this girl put this comment, and I was like, oh. So the girl said her name is at Lizzie _ Emmerich. And her comment said, and he still got married, knowing he was depressed, and went out of his way to marry someone that could help him out of it, and in the process hurt someone else. That's Black man for you. Now, I saw this yesterday, and the post is probably like a day old at that point. 5,000 plus people like this. They all seem to agree. And the comments carried on. She was a Black woman, and that was her stance. Now, this is a lot. That is one of like my biggest fears right now. Right, I haven't dated in a very long time, not for real, and to really like fuck around and like a guy at this big age, and it be a guy who has inner shit he ain't worked out. That is like fear factor like level 10 for me at this moment. Like I this time by myself has mellowed the bitch out so much. Yes, weed has been involved, but whatever. The plants, that traveling, a good bunch of bitches around me, my kid is good, whatever. I'm in a good space, and that's such a fear of mine to pick up somebody who doesn't even know that they're depressed. Like Jeezy the Snowman said on this thing, doesn't even know he's going through that. And now, and I don't want to say this is what he's saying, but he's getting out of it now. And out of no fucking where, filed from divorce from his feet. So it's like, damn. Is this girl wrong? I don't like the that's Black men for you. I don't like that part because it's so it's just so not helpful. So I don't like that. But she wasn't really wrong. Like, you're depressed. I think he said he knew that he was going through something he didn't feel right. So to me, that's reason enough. But we do have to account for how Black people feel about, therapy and shit like that. Therapy just became cool like last month, basically, right? And niggas still ain't really going. Don't get island people started. So am I mad at Jeezy for marrying Jeannie while he was depressed? No. But I'm happy that he said that, because I hope that gets some of you niggas to ask yourself that, right? Like, ask yourself if you're in a good space. I feel like a lot of that attributes to why some of you men at this age are still moving the way you move and handling women, running through women, or whatever it is you guys are doing the way you are. I mean, there's a lot of inner shit maybe y'all just didn't figure out. To me, there's so much more to life than like purposely hurting women. Like, I don't get it. And I know a few guys personally that kind of move that way, and they've admitted that they need therapy, but have never taken a fucking step towards doing that. But I think it was great that Jeezy said that. I do feel bad. As y'all know how I feel about Jeannie. I don't really like I feel bad for the situation with Jeannie, right? Especially if she was really just caught off guard like that. Because imagine just being at home with your fucking 1-year-old, everything good, you praying for your nigga in his new book, and then you just get served divorce papers. It's like, damn, bitch. So that I don't wish that on anybody, and I don't hate Jeannie. I just don't care for her because of her little dark meat comments. So I feel bad for that, and I do hope. I heard reports on this YouTuber that I listen to. It's Lovely T. I listen to her a lot. I heard her on one of her stories that somebody in the family reported that she's trying to do whatever she can do to save her marriage. And I'm not mad at that, right? Like, you done married him already, sis. He is your husband. You got a beautiful little baby together. And Jeezy was definitely showing his ass. Let's not forget how in love this nigga was up until he wasn't. Okay, what's Jeezy time? Alexa, when is young Jeezy's birthday? September 28th. He's a fucking Libra. Damn, you fucking Libra, bitch. Other Libras are really my issue, but bitch, all of them. And it's currently Libra season. How'd your kids? How'd your wife? God damn it, Jeezy. You see? They ain't trying to flex. They really divorced. You know what? Good luck to them. I hope they work it out for the baby's sake. I'm happy Jeezy's working through his depression. All right. Last topic. This I've heard this 2 different scenarios of this. So the one I heard, this was like 3 years ago. I think Micah brought it to me, and it was like, man, I should have called Micah before I did this. It was like a bride, and she asked her bridesmaid not to do her hair a certain way because she didn't want her to look better than her on her day. So she was like, don't do your hair in that style because you're going to look better than me. Right. And I remember saying, man, I don't want to be in your wedding. You weird. I remember thinking that, bit. It was something like that. And then I just saw one of my Facebook friends posted, this is another scenario. It looks like she screenshot it from TikTok, but it was a birthday party, I guess a group of girls, whatever. And I'm guessing this was after the fact. The birthday girl said, don't take this the wrong way, but I feel like you purposely tried to upstage me by wearing what you wore to my birthday festivities. And as a friend, that's messed up. So I'm trying to be considerate here because I don't live in that space, right? I don't give a fuck what anybody has on. The bitch, I look good in this. Okay, so let me start there. But in both situations, I'm very, very, very happy that the woman in question said this to her friend, because now the friend knows how your friend feels. And that is some very weird fucking behavior, no matter which way you spin it. Now, I was thinking about this before I started the podcast. Okay, Leah, let's play devil's advocate. Let's try to find a way to make this work. Now, let's say, because every time I think about it, I think college. I think childish. But let's think early 20s. And maybe I'm the outgoing friend, right? I get niggas all the time. and I got a shy friend who don't be getting anybody. And if we dress her up one night and take her out, I'm not gonna step out at a full 100 if we're specifically trying to get her a nigga, right? But I don't know, man, because I don't know how I would feel about somebody asking me that. I'm trying to find a way where that doesn't seem crazy to ask your friend not to look better than you at something. Ask your friend to change their hairstyle so they don't look better than you. Can you not do your makeup like that because I don't want you to upstage me? It's like, then what the fuck? What are we? What is then what? What is the purpose of this for real? Like, what the fuck are we doing? Right? It was one bitch's wedding. It's your wedding. It's all about you. Why are you worried about your bridesmaids? And my thing, it was just so weird. Like, I think I gotta ask Michael what it was. Either way, I'm happy that they said that because now you kind of know how people feel. And I do feel like it's an insecure ass move because if you guys saw the pictures, the birthday girl, she was giving like natural. She was just giving more natural. She had on a cute dress, but she looked like maybe she had like a silk press or a flat wrapper or whatever. And then the other girl, she definitely had like a bust down bitch. And she had on a bodysuit and she looked good, right? And the girl was like, you upset me, but bitch, it's your birthday. If you didn't want to step, in that scenario, I would have been irritated. And I'm interested to hear or see how the girl responded to that because if somebody wrote me and said that, I guess my first response would have been, I would never leave my house with the purposeful intention of upstaging my friend. But I also don't have any friends that I feel like I can upstage. All my bitches cute. So, and we all just have very different styles. Some are similar, some are not, and we all get hoes. So I don't know. Very insecure, very weird behavior. I don't know how I would respond to that if somebody said something like that to me. But for me, I know I would have corrected it, and then I would have been on some, since we can't hang out no more. Like, I don't want to be friends anymore because that's weird. That's weird, right? It's like it's and it's uncomfortable. Like it's uncomfortable when there are these type of girls that come around you and just tell you you're pretty like so much. Oh my gosh, you're so pretty, you're so pretty, you're so pretty, you're so pretty. I'm like, okay. Okay. I said thank you the last 7 times you told me that. Like, but it's like, you're so pretty, you're so pretty. It's okay, okay. So it's there's an uncomfortableness to that I don't know how that friendship can overcome. But I'm gonna be honest though, y'all be fake as fucking y'all little friendship. So that shit might be able to survive, right? Am I right? I don't handle that well. That was the post. I'm gonna end you guys with this. The post I put up yesterday on my personal Instagram. It said, the older you get, the more you realize everybody just fake as hell. And I thought that was hilarious because it's true, right? Not everybody, obviously, but there are a lot of just really fake dynamics that take place. And to me, at this big age, that's more concerning than ever before, right? Because I don't have to fuck with anybody I don't want to fuck with, except at work, right? And to me, that's the only place. And I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I'm not fake at work either. I'm professional. I'm professional. There's a difference, right? So I'm very per my last email, as previously stated in the last correspondence, whatever the fuck. I'm her, right? I'm that girl, but I'm not fake in any way, shape, or form, bitch. If I don't like you, you gonna know. Apparently, I thought I used to hide it well, but I didn't. So I don't I don't get why people choose to go the path they go at this big age. And these be the main people hollering about how real they are and all this. But when you know that they directly be lying, or they directly, the way people talk about their friends, there's so many relationships I know where people have come to me complaining about kind of bad about their friends. And I always kind of say, you should talk to them. I think you should go talk to your friend. I think you should go talk to your friend. They never fucking do. And these be the main people like swearing up and down. But since I know you for real, and I know you're not. Okay, I know the truth. And honestly, y'all, I feel like that's why nobody bothers me, right? Once we stop being friends, people usually leave me the fuck alone. And that's for the best. That's for the best, I would say. All right, well, I'm hungry, guys. Look, I'm gonna go eat. And if anybody feels like you're going through I would say a seasonal depression type thing, since I just mentioned it. Um, just ask yourself how maybe have you changed a lot drastically? Have you kind of got to want to be in the house more than anything? I don't think anything's wrong with going through that phase, but once you can kind of peel yourself up out of that, I would encourage you to try to peel yourself up out of that. That's what friends are for. That's what family's for. Try to get yourself up out of that space. Life is too short, you know. And shout out in saying that. I started saying that when my friend Dorothy passed. Today would have been Dorothy's. If I'm 33, 34, 35. I think this would have been Dorothy's 35th birthday, if I'm not mistaken. And Dorothy passed away when she was 24. She had skin cancer. So life is too short, man. I wish you all positive vibes. I wish you all good energy. Please don't avoid tough conversations. I feel like tough conversations create the strongest relationships, really. And at the end of the day, man, you can't do anything for anybody if you're not okay, right? You can't give what you don't fucking have. If you're a mom, if you're a dad, if you're a brother, sister, cousin, friend, whatever, a child, right? That just has to be there for others, be there for your siblings, be there for your parents. You can't do anything for anybody if you're not okay. All right. So if you do feel like you're going through a seasonal depression, it's cool. It happens to all of us. But when you can't get yourself up out of that shit, get yourself up out of that shit. All right. Happy birthday again, Dorothy. Rest in peace, babe. Happy birthday to my little cousin, Alandi, Dr. Alandi Clark. Today is also her birthday. She is my little cousin, and she is an actual fucking doctor. She delivers babies and all that shit. So shout out to her there in Jamaica. Please visit us at letsayitforyou.com. You can follow us at Let Us Say It For You on IG, Let Us Say It For You on YouTube, Let Us Say It For You, Just For You on Twitter. I ripped that one. It feels weird at the end though. Like the Twitter part, Let Us Say It For You, Just For You on Twitter. Okay, I guess it's like that. Anyway, thank you guys so much for listening. Wash your hands, don't touch your face. Have a great